And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Factorio in our 1.0 tutorial series. Alright, I'm going to get a couple more things automated here. Namely the power poles. These are really handy to have automated, because they need 3 different ingredients, and iron sticks are used by like just a couple things, and that's it. So tend not to have many iron sticks on me. So I want to do a nice inline craft for this. And then a separate one over here for the lights, because I want lamps automated as well. So I'm gonna need a little bit of space for that here. So this is gonna be an iron stick. This is going to be copper cable. This will be medium pole. This will be big pole. This will be lamp. Because these require copper, I'm going to have copper in here anyway. Might as well make the lamps while I'm at it. The other thing I could do, since copper is used in these, I could set up these right now, which I think I want to do. I think I want to do that. So each one of these requires copper cable. So instead of having this copper cable there, what I'm going to do is have like 2 copper cables or 3 copper cables. And then those will get filtered in, and we'll have a bunch of these. Should I put a space? I probably should put a space in between these just in case. So one will be arithmetic combinator, and then decider, constant. Power switch. Maybe I'll have the power switch. Okay, let's clear those out. None of these other ones require that iron plate. Oh, the speaker does, and the lamp does. So let's do speaker, power switch, lamp. Okay. Speaker requires iron sticks. This is why I like doing this in line here. So this will be iron stick again. This will be the speaker. This will be the power switch. This will be the light. All of those require iron plate. This, I'm going to need one more. This will be the arithmetic, decider, and constant. Okay, so let's have the iron come in down here. Yeah, right there is the iron. Let's have the circuits. These don't require circuits. We're gonna have the circuits. Iron, 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 and iron. I think this is the last one to require iron. The circuitry, we're gonna snake this up like that. Oh, no, I don't want yellow. Why do I even have yellow belt on me? That is not anything I want. And there's a splitter, dump that. Okay, all of these require circuits. Okay. Now, iron is here. Copper. Who else needs copper? I don't think anybody in here needs straight up copper plate, except for these guys and these guys. So we are going to put copper way out here. That will be copper. Okay. Copper wire we'll go to all of these. So basically what this is going to pull in copper from afar. Remember, Shift E to pull this interface off. Shift right click, Shift left click will copy and paste. Now I'm going to introduce a new concept, and that is how to put stuff on different sides of the belt coming out. So we have 1, 2, 3 coming out. Now each one of these, getting rid of the blinkiness. Okay, each one of these, you can see the arrow. That's going to put on the far side of the belt here. It's going to put on the outside or the up side of the belt. I want at least one of these, if not two of these, to put on the inside of the belt. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to say these two get put on the inside. Now, how that happens, if you have a lot of the research done, I forget which research it is, but this offset is what controls that. Okay, so if I set this offset right here, that arrow moves. You see how that arrow is super duper close? Okay, that means it's going to put on the inside of the belt. It's going to drop it right on the inside, and so both sides of the belt will be used over here, which is what we want. And the other thing we need over here is some steel. Okay, so that's iron. So let's say you got iron, you got that, you got that. You got iron. Iron. Okay, this is going to need... Actually, no. Let's clear that out. You need to place... And place. Like so. And then I need one of these for each one of these. And the reason I have it put on a further in, it's just faster. It's faster if the pick and the put are the same distance. Sometimes it's not always possible to have that on the same side, but it does help. Okay, so each one of these is going to want, I don't think, no, you want, they all want copper wire. So you and you and you and you and you and you. The other thing I could do is automate green and red wire production. Okay, so let's take you and you and you. So you're going to be red and you're going to be green. Pretty simple recipe. Not too bad. All right. That's a lot of things and stuff. Oh yeah, you need that. Okay. You don't need iron. You don't need iron. And now we need steel. This is the only little bank right here that needs steel. So we are going to use this inner line here for steel. Wait a second, where's copper coming in at? Copper's coming in the top, so you and you get copper. Okay. Okay, so that's copper there, copper and steel, and these are the things and stuff. Now, so steel is this bottom one, I believe. It's the only one that's used here, and there it is right there. Okay, and you go over like that. All right, now let's get a light up here. There's reasons. Can I craft any of these? So the other thing we need to think about is where are we going to store all these things? How are we going to store these things? Okay. We'll get into that in a second. Get some power poles up in here. Okay, you and you. Can I get any more power poles? This is why I'm automating these. Makes it way faster, way easier to deal with these. Okay. So the output for some of these things are going to be really easy. Some of them are going to be a little gnarly, and we'll get into that in a second here. So we have output here, and let's say output there. So these, well, I'd like to keep these covered in power. And since the power is so limited, what I'm going to do is we're going to go there and there. So these are going to go down and down, and we're going to grab from the side. We're going to grab, oh, nope, we're going to grab from this side. Now we want to wire them up. And this, when this is less than, let's say 100, and we're going to specify medium electric pole is less than 100. Bingo. This is good to go. We also want to think about the next electric energy distribution. See, it uses steel, copper, and red circuits. And red circuits are something that we do not have right now. So I'm not going to worry about it. All right, I'm going to, no, I can't, if I copy and paste over here, this arm would basically paste over here. So I want to set this up separately. So this is going to be 50, and it's going to be big electric pole is less than 50. Okay. So these are basically ready. I need copper up here. Let's see. You get to be here. I do believe that is copper. No, is that a red? Lame. You can see I've upgraded. I upgraded one of these. It might have been iron. I upgraded to red, maybe, possibly. All right, and when you look on this, you can see these will put on the inside of the belt, as you can see. All right, I actually want to reset these to... Oh, I can't? Really? Because I can do this and this, and then maybe copy that one and that one. There we go. Copper wire is a go. Now this is off. Put that up there. All right, so these two are ready to go. Let's get steel run. Get that started at the very least. I did expand steel. I basically doubled how much steel we're making. So I added, you can see all the blue inserters here. So yeah, this is, I basically doubled the production of steel because it was really, really slow. And we're going to start getting into steel use here in a second. And wow, does that make a difference. All right, so all of these, I basically want to output basically similar to what I have over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy one of these, and we're going to paste, 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 paste. Okay, and then I'm going to do And then hopefully this, yay, automatically connects. Like so. This, I want, what is this? The decider combinator? Like that. Okay, this is the arithmetic combinator. This is the light. This is the power switch. This is the speaker. Okay. And yeah, I know all of these we're going to need to redo the power. So they all get power. Okay. Arithmetic decider constant. Okay, and this is going to be red wire. This is going to be green wire. You can see there's 80 in there already, which is why this stopped. So red wire, yeah, 50 is fine. 50 is fine there. 50, I mean, if it's a stack, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, having these automated is going to help us blueprint in the future some very, very useful things. All right, so over here we need iron is our last ingredient. All right. And I wish these undergrounds went a little further. It would be nice. Would be so nice. 7 is just not very many at all. And that means, reminds me, I need another stack of those. All right, 4 of these I can put away. 1 mini loader. I don't have those automated anywhere at the moment. All right, so now iron is coming in, and now we have lamps, which is nice. It's just nice all around to have all of these things automated now. Okay, so the next thing we're going to want is engines. Yeah, I have iron upgraded up to here, so let's... There we go. A little bit better. And now I've got a bunch of yellow belt on me, so let's put that away. All right. Power poles are being done, which is nice. Let's get a nice fresh set of those. The big, I mean, these, again, we don't need these to craft all that fast. We just need them to craft consistently. All right, engines have finished. Now, engines is steel, gears, and pipe. But they have a 10-second crafting time. So one gear wheel is 0.5 seconds. And so one gear wheel crafter is enough to keep 20 of these things going. And that's how I usually build them. 20 at a time. So let's do, let's offset ourselves a little bit from the bus and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so these are all going to be engines. Copy and paste. Basically, shift right click, shift left click, and I just held shift down and I just dragged over all of these and it filled them all in nicely. All right, so we have one plate, one gear, but 2 pipes. So anything that has multiple, I always give it its own belt. which allows higher throughput items. So we're gonna have pipe over here. I want to save a little bit of space here. Let's do pipe over here. Well, let's leave a space here. And then we're gonna want something like that. And the other thing is the gear wheel. And the gear is basically 1 every 10 seconds. So this one side here is basically 1 a second because we have 10. Having this over here makes it 1 every half second, and that's exactly how many we can craft. But I don't want to leave anything to chance or RNG, so we're going to have 2 gear wheel crafters ready to rock and roll. Now those are going to put on the outside of the belt, so on the downside of the belt right there, so we can actually make steel on the inside of the belt, and that's all we need. We need steel on the inside, which is basically the top of this belt here. Okay, and then let's get something like that. Okay, so that's the steel. The gears will go in like that. This will go like that and that. Place on both sides of the belt there. So we need iron over down here, and we need iron up here. Lots. I mean, these are basically pure iron is what goes into these. It's an amazing amount of iron. All right, so we want you to go along this way, because I'm gonna craft these. The output usually goes towards the input when I want to make an expandable system. Same sort of rules applied to my Satisfactory game. If anybody who's watching this watched that, it's the same concept of factory expansion planning. Is we want up and over, and let's get a steel chest. And I wish I could do the red inserters, or the red loaders, but they require the stack inserter, and the stack inserter is a little ways off. It requires red circuits to make those. All right, so that, now we need to iron. How are we going to run the iron? What we're going to do is we're going to borrow from here. Right there. Right there. This is really where you get into some spaghettification here. Up and over. And I know it's hard to see. Let me grab some lights. Now that we have those automated, it's so nice. So a bunch more of this. Okay, so that's pulling from there. That's pulling from there. Now over here, same thing. We can pull from here and here. I'm gonna copy and paste that, and then this one, pull from the other side like that. Now I could do one like this, and we can go out and over like that, and pull from the same spot twice. Because remember, gears, it's 2 to 1. So if we want these full blast, we're going to need to be pulling 2 at a time. All right, and now for these, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 of these are going to be pulling and pushing against like that. Now I'm going to hit Control C, copy that, paste, 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 rotate, hitting R. Paste, 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 paste. Okay. Now when I place these, they should automatically take that configuration, which is so nice. The amount of quality of life features in this game really are second to none. It's a pleasure to play this game because it just is. Oh, stop with that. Okay. And they made it even better now. Like that. A little messy. Once we get substations, there'll be a huge improvement into this process. Get a little bit of light in here. That way, the next evening we'll be able to see it pretty easily. There's some more steel. And let's run that in. Iron, let's run that up. Okay, gear wheels are a go. And since there is so much pipe, this is a 0.5 second craft. But as you can see, they're scooping up twice as much. So gear wheels easily get to the edge. And we technically only needed one of these, but having crafters like perfectly balanced like that, you can run into little hitches in supply. All right, so there are engines. Lots of engines. Got a few more here that are going to need some pipe. Lots and lots of pipe. Should eventually reach down here, though. You know, they always keep enough materials in there for 2 crafts. Well, it also depends on speed. The faster the machine is, the more of a little internal buffer they like to keep. But we should be able to get this last one up and running here. This one stops stealing all the things. Come on. There we go. There's 1. 2. Yay. There's all the machines going. All right. right. Okay, our lights should be coming back on here. Let there be lights. And there we have engines. Now, engines open up a whole new world of crafting and things and stuff. So this is where we start getting into oil processing. This is where we get into railway. So this is the point in the game, and I want to emphasize this. This is the point in the game that you need to look and think about how you want to tackle the next stage. Because the next stage is needing oil. And it's at this point when you're going to start knocking on the doors of biters. And you need to start thinking about defense and things like that. So if you want to just wing it, go for it. This game is all about player choice. So if you want to just do your, just go out and figure stuff out, more power to you. But if you want to plan for the future, then you need to start thinking about rail. You need to start thinking about like uranium, where uranium deposits are. Oil it's nice having oil near some coal. So like this oil up here this is a lot of oil. Like huge, this is a huge amount of oil. And any oil products that you're going to want to do, you're going to want coal nearby and you're going to want iron nearby. And we'll get into why, later on. But if you're looking for like the optimum place for somewhere to get oil, then look for deposits that have iron and coal nearby. If you can't find them, then you're just going to have to train in a lot of what you're going to need. Otherwise, this little area up here is ideal for a oil setup. It's kind of offset from the base. It's got lots of room out here. The problem is all of the biters around. There's huge biter nests around here, and oil is very polluting, as you can imagine. And so, it's going to be a problem. Building an oil setup up here is going to be a problem. We're going to start getting attacked. We have not gotten any attacks yet, but it's going to be an issue. So one of the things I did a while ago is set up a crafter for gun turrets, and I set up a limit of 400. Because one thing you can do is basically carve out a space around your base and just line it with gun turrets and ammo. And you have a nice big area that you can use for defense. And if possible, you can use lakes or bodies of water as natural defenses because they cannot go through those. And so like this lake over here, we could set up, I would really like to include that copper, but here's another body of water. So we could go out and up to there. We could go basically beyond here, maybe up. Hopefully this body of water is a little bit bigger. But one thing you do is start setting up your radars. This is why I wanted to set up those radars so early, because I needed to know where my limits were, what my natural obstacles were, in order to maximize my defensive capabilities. All right, now let's get around this. I want to put up a radar over here because when we start getting into oil products, your pollution cloud is going to go up really, really fast. It's going to get extreme very quickly. All right, so let's click and drag. Oh, let's do that again because I was standing in the way. I'm holding down the mouse button, clicking and dragging. Automatically places them at their maximum distance that they can reach while they can still reach it. Trees bother that a little bit, but they still do a pretty good job. All right, so there is some more radar. That radar will fill in this square. The other thing I might want to do, can I make another one of those? Oh, I can make quite a lot of those, actually. I would like, first of all, to research railway. Okay. And then I would like to research fluid handling. Notice these are all red-green science. Okay. Sulfur, plastics, flammables would be nice, but we want to get into electronics right now. Because I want to get into this modular armor in order to be able to walk faster. And here's the power of the long reach mod. This is why I like that mod so much. Blink. Normally, you would have to stand right next to that thing in order to grab from it. But see how fast I walk? Yeah. Playing this game and trying to record, episodes while walking this slow is not my idea of a good time. So I try to have the long reach mod just to make it faster, make my ability to record that much faster. Okay, so right in here is the next spot. And you can also click and drag with the long reach mod. If you don't mind them not being like right next to one another, like in a perfect line. Okay, so this little one, that will start looking at more stuff out here and seeing what my limits are. Now, there's no pollution out here right now. This is a very, very bad biome right here for pollution. Any pollution that gets in here will linger and spread very, very quickly. So we want to be very careful about that. Here's another good spot for a potential iron or oil setup. Pretty decent amount of oil. 9,400 is pretty good. You know, anything over 300% per well is really good. So that's a decent amount. There's actually a lot of resources around here. So I might actually want my oil. Instead of oil being up there really close to biters, I might be able to put it down here and use this biome as a defensive measure, and these lakes as a sort of defensive measure. So let's get this one down here. That will give me time to scan more space in between episodes, and while all this stuff researches that I just kicked off. That's important. And I'm looking at my map. See the blue highlights? So you can see where your radar is right now, and the blue will highlight your new edge. So right in there is where I want it. And we're gonna try to find my last one here. Oh, is it up? There it is. Bingo. There's another set. So yeah, you can see they're already scanning and filling in some of this missing area. This is beautiful. All right, well, that's going to have to do it for this episode. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.